All right, guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. This is another episode of Stock Market Review. We are a little late. I'm sorry for that, guys. For whatever reason, my thumbnail would not upload to YouTube, which delayed us just a little bit. But we are here. We are here. We're about to get started. Again, if you are here, thank you for tuning in. As always, make sure to smash the like button. Make sure to share. And let me make sure I set up my stuff here so I can see when if you guys do post any comments or ask any questions in the chat. I want to make sure that this is something that I can see so I can respond to everybody. All right. I'm gonna give you guys a couple of minutes to get in here. If you can let me know exactly where you guys are watching from, I would really appreciate that. As everyone knows, if you just stopping by, you guys know I am here out of NYC dealing with this cold, but I do love living here. I do like the snow, but I just don't like the weather sometimes when it turns into ice. Anyway, it was an eventful day in the market, a very interesting market. Tomorrow is going to be a crazy day, guys. A crazy day. First of all, we have the Fed meeting tomorrow, so they will announce whether or not they go into cut rate. And then when the market closed, as if that was not enough to create enough volatility in the market, once the market closed, we are going to have to deal with what? Major big tech earnings. Tesla, Alphabet. I don't know if Microsoft is also reporting. It's a lot of the big guys, so you know for a fact the market is going to move. All right. So the market right now is at a make or break point. We're gonna get into it. What happens next? What we'll decide. That will be decided, I think, mostly tomorrow. As far as what's going to happen next, make sure you guys are ready. All right. Or things may completely unravel, or we may completely squeeze. So far, the past couple of days, I have told you guys when we had that drop, I did say even before we had the drop, I would not be surprised of a pullback and then a push up right into earnings. We're gonna break down exactly how price is moving and what things are saying. Let's get it going, guys. Let's get it going. So today I'm gonna start with you guys with the SPX. That is the S&P 500. Most of you guys, it's still the S&P 500, but they move a little different. Most people trade the SPY. So if you trade futures, you might trade the ES, that's the futures market, but the S&P 500, the SPX, the SPX is the cleanest chart you're going to have. All right, the price action is better. You can chart and really see the levels a little better. There's no after hours or pre-market, so you don't have any of these things that actually correspond with the market. Sometimes that may gives you a sense where things got to a certain level, but it's not really there. All right, so let's get into it. Why did I pull up the S&P 500 for you guys? I want to say hello to Empower out here in NYC. I know that's where you watching from. I do appreciate you getting on the live every single time. And asking questions. I'm sure you're probably gonna have some questions for me again today. I do appreciate that. So for anybody else watching, if you do have questions, make sure to watch it. And for about 60% of you, before we get into it, I would really appreciate it if you subscribe, share these videos to help the channel grow. I can see the past few videos, how many views they are getting, and the subscriber growth. And so I really appreciate you guys being here and liking the videos. Make sure to like, make sure to comment, make sure to subscribe, ask questions. All these things make the algorithm really ticks. All right. So getting into the SPX, this is what I wanted to share with you guys. All right. We are going to go way back to 2020 in the SPX. I want to show you guys something so you guys can see exactly how this plays out. Let me just grab my tool here. That is not what I'm looking for. Okay, is that the ghost? It's probably not it, but let's. Okay, there you go. This is actually showing way. I don't like the way this is showing. I'm just gonna use this with you guys. Okay, by the way, I am going to do this way down on the weekly time frame. All right, guys, this will be done on the weekly time frame because I really, really, really want to show you guys that. That's why I'm taking this way out on the weekly time frame. Okay, so if you take that on the weekly time frame, and this would have to get dragged all the way up. We go through here, and if we then take this and we put that right at the high, right? So this is the high of the bull market. Let's zoom in so you guys can see that just a little clearer. All right. So this is the high of the bull market of 2021 before we had that drop. What do you guys see here? Right now, we are getting very, very close. As you can see here, typically when we get to this level, we actually pull back down. All right, you guys can see that we went to hit it right here on that move. We went and hit it, pushed back down. We went, got close to that. Actually, we hit that, almost stop it and push back down again. So now we on the way again. This seems to be close to 7,000. That's where we are. Maybe it's just slightly higher, just a little higher than 7,000 for us to hit that, say about 7,040, 50 or so. So we either going to completely break out and run, or we're going to drop. Again, probability states what we're seeing here. We can see how bad the price action has been. That's on the weekly time frame, guys. I know you might have seen a couple of big move up, or a couple of big move down, on the daily chart. Right now we're looking at the weekly chart on the SPX. Weekly chart on the SPX. Again, if you just join in, just remember to smash the like button for me. Just like the video, help me out with the algorithm, guys. I would really appreciate that. Again, if we zoom in, you guys can see this, and this is the thing I want to show you guys as well. So, if you also come right there, you get this is the Liberation Day lows. I wanna show you guys something. If you take the Liberation Day lows, and you connect it with this and that low, right? So these two are touching. There you go. What exactly are you guys seeing here? Up, there you go. What exactly are you guys seeing here, right? We already see that we broke down out of we actually break out of that wedge pattern or rising triangle, right? And we are coming back to the scene of the crime. More likely than not, we typically do this, right? That's typically what happens. That would be certified as a break and retest, right? This is what that would say. That's a break and retest. But what we are looking at right now is something that's again a little iffy. If you looked at that, we did a gap today, but look at the price action for the entire day. That's not much. Look at this candle. That is not much. And once again, we came to this high. Guess what we did as soon as we get to this all-time high level? We got to this high, we got beaten right back down again. All right, so these are the things that I keep telling you guys. I know I've been saying it over and over and over. You can still trade and make money with short-dated swing trade options or day trading in the market, but as far as buying long-term, the market is not, in my opinion. And but some what I'm okay. Let me just let's take that back. Let's say that back. Now, my opinion, based on the chart analysis, based on technical analysis, the stock market is not giving me confidence to say right now it's time for me to go in and put money and buy long dated string calls on the S&P 500. Now, individual stocks might be a completely separate issue, right? Completely separate issue because there are certain tech stocks right now that are so beaten down, right? If you want to buy and hold them, that makes perfect sense. Say something like a Netflix. So, like personally, I've bought Netflix, like a Netflix. Oracle is another one. Nvidia haven't been doing anything for quite some time. There's a few of them out there, right? If you go in the Nasdaq 100 and you check out all those stocks, and you guys can clearly see there are a lot of stocks that are completely beaten down. The stock market has been on life support for quite some time. It's just a couple of stocks that just keep running up like there's no tomorrow. That's actually keeping us up. Other than that, if you really look at the market, there's not really much going on. So this is why I wanted to cover this with you guys, so you guys can see exactly what's happening. And tomorrow, as if it's not good enough for us to have that volatility with the Fed making their own that decision on rate cut, which obviously that's something that's going to shake the market. Then when you go to the afternoon, you're gonna have to deal with the likes of Nvidia, with the likes of Microsoft, I believe Tesla, Alphabet. Alphabet is the parent company. I bet, does Alphabet report this? I think Alphabet might be next week actually. I think Alphabet is actually next week. But yeah, you do have a lot of those big guys reporting tomorrow, and they are definitely going to make the market move. There's no ifs and buts about it. They are going to make the market move. All right. Now, what I'm looking at here is you guys can see this here. I was talking to you guys about Nvidia. I just wanted to show that real quick. You can see where Nvidia is. Again, you're going to see a lot of stocks that's literally around strong resistance level. So they are either going to break out or they're going to break down. All right. So if all those companies are doing the exact same thing, the market is going to make a one either way. So position yourself accordingly so you know exactly how you're going to play it. Okay, but on the dailies, let me go on the daily now. All right, because while it's great to see where the market is going, the macro level, looking at how the market is setting up on the daily, you can still make money on the daily. This is not something that is crazy to do. Let's go and take a look at. I don't need all that. Let's take a look at the 4 hours and see how the charts are setting up. Give me my MACD. MACD is actually crossing up and moving on up. Again, as you guys are well aware of this pattern that you guys know, if you see that, you can see what we are doing here. This is what, since we were doing that, I told you guys, we break out of this, we're going to push up. What did we do? We broke out and we pushed up. Very, very simple, not complicated. We broke out and we pushed up. I draw that for you guys right there. Again, you can make your own decisions. You can do your own homework. But the one thing, there's one thing that I know how to do is how to break down the chart. All right. So I give you guys that. It's not because I'm just seasoned and I know what I'm doing better than you might know or anything like that. It's just that you have to study and really learn your patterns and being able sometimes to anticipate at the end of a pattern, right? And that could be, a little bit tough to do sometimes, especially you might get caught offside sometimes, all right? It's going to happen. But when you don't, that completely change your risk reward ratio. What you talking about, like a 2 to 1, a 3 to 1, even a 4 to 1, which is great. Now you're thinking about getting potential moves of about 8, 10, 12 to 1 on certain moves. All right, just make sure. All I try to do with a lot of those things these days is having tight stop losses on things. So if I'm a little too early, and whatever is going to drop, I'm not gonna stay in. I'm not gonna say, hey, I'm gonna average down. Just get out. All right. So that's one thing. And again, this is a work in progress for me because I like to let things play out because sometimes it takes a little time for things to play out. But I'm getting a little better at that. All right. Um, but going back to the chart, that's the SPY. You guys can see this does not look bad. That was a 3 bar play, but unfortunately, what I don't like about it is currently we are right at the top. So I don't like that. I'm not in favor of that. But it seems like with the momentum we have and the win we have at our back, we might actually push through this. All right. I think tomorrow we're going to gap up. That's what, based on what I'm looking at, this is what this is looking like. Now let's see if the 2 hours agrees with me. And the 2 hour does agree with me as of right now. Because what we're seeing is strong, strong momentum, and this is just pushing up. All right, we close down here. This is after the bell. See if you guys can see those little light blue areas, that's after hours. Okay, so that's at 4 p.m. when the market closed, and this is after hours. We actually pushing up. We pushed up a little bit after hours. Again, by the time the market open tomorrow, this could be a completely different story. It may completely drop because something happened or whatever. But as of right now, this is what we're working with. This is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a setup for us to push through it. So far, the 2 hours still agrees with me. It's positive. Our MACD is positive. We are pushing up. So let's see what the 30 minutes is saying. The 30 minutes, once again, is saying, you know, we had a bit of a scare that we might have done. We might have been setting up like a double top. Now, with this that just happened, double top out of the picture. As long as this can hold through tomorrow morning before the open, double top is out of the picture. All right. Now, what that also showing in the MACD, which is actually pretty good, the MACD is actually also crossing up. That is good. It's crossing up, so that means we have some more. At least in the short term, we have some momentum. Here's the bear case for those of you guys who are bears. I do know some people like to be on the bear side. I do have another question here. Can the strategies you showing be used with a very small account under $500, or do they work better for larger accounts? All right. This is something I used to tell people all the time. It's easy. You can start an account with 500 and trade. You can, but you have to be either extremely lucky or extremely great at what you do. This is why trading is a game of probabilities, meaning it's inevitable you're going to take losses. If you start an account with 500, right? Most likely you're not going to be able to make any big trades or whatever. If you lose your first trade, it is possible that your account is probably gone. All right, and because your margin for error is also so tight, right? Your margin for error is so tight, you end up taking profit too early or you cut trade too early. All right, so I'm not saying it's impossible. Okay, I'm not saying it's impossible. For those of you who was trading with me last year, you guys know that I took I believe it was a $500 account. I took that from 500. I was able to completely push that all the way up to about as high as 8 grand by end of the year. But then again, I'm not saying this is something I can do every single time. All right, a lot of things aligned for me to do that. The market did a big drop, like a 20% drop. So I started that right after the Liberation Day low. Even when I did what I did, I actually underperformed. But the conditions were different. Right now, the market is at an all-time high, so things are a bit harder, right? So that's gonna make things a little bit difficult. So I'm not going to say you have to have a large account, but what I would say is $500 is let me not say it's not much because everybody's different, but I'm going to say going to tell you and say with the strategies and things that I do, $500 will restrict you. First of all, when it comes to day trading, if you have 500, the good news is they might change. They might change that. Let me just go into you guys, talk to you guys directly. The good news is they might be changing, requiring people to have at least, I believe it's at least 25K in your account to be able to day trade as long as you can, unless you're using an offshore broker. Um, they thinking about changing that to about 2 grand or 2,500 only. This is something that they've always said they were going to do, but for whatever reason, it's something that they haven't done yet, which would be great. But anyway, going back to my point, if you have only $500 on your account, day trading stocks is not going to happen, really, because you only have three trades, not every week. You have three available trades to you every 5 sessions. All right? So every 5 sessions, you get three trades. So whether you use the trade today or whatever, so if you buy something, you open a position today. You open the position today and you close it today. That means today is Tuesday. The next time you are going to have you are going to be able to buy that use that one trade, because now you have two trades left, right? Remember you have three, so that was one. You have to wait until next Tuesday to get that one trade back. So day trading with a very small account is really really tough to do. What I would do if I wanted to day trade and I don't have much, I would leverage other people's money. I would go the futures route, buy trade with a prop firm, buy a challenge, pass the challenge, and trade with their money. That's the way I would do it. And if you have questions on that, you can reach out to me. Um, Going last question here. If I'm just starting today, should I trade only one share per contract until I understand one share or contract? I would, if you just started trading today, I would encourage you to not trade any real money. Just go in a just make sure you go in a demo account, take some trades, practice, make mistakes there, learn, and get and perfect your craft. That's the only way to do it. If not, I can almost guarantee you. This is why they say 95% of traders lose money. If not, I can guarantee you're just going to lose money. All right, because at that point, that's just how it is. At that point, you don't really know what you're doing. You're learning. So best way to learn is make sure you take it slow, go on a simulator or demo account and trade. And unless you can have a profitable, like a couple of profitable weeks consecutively, you're not ready to because whatever pressure you might have in a demo account, I guarantee you when real money is at play, that pressure is like tenfold. All right. Anyway, just going back on the chart, just wanted to answer you guys' questions here. Uh, oh, hey Jeff, I see you here, man. Sorry, I didn't see your text. Real quick. Uh, yeah. So just going back to that. So this is what this is doing. But we also have to remember where we are. Always understand where we are and what might be happening. Let me see. Go on the daily. This is the one thing I wanted to. I want you guys to pay attention to that. While we are making and we are at all-time high level, so we made an intraday all-time high in the in the SPY, the SPY S&P 500. Intraday all-time high. This is why I don't like these things. While we are making an intraday all-time high, look at the MACD. Let me push the MACD up so you could see it. The MACD is not making a new high. That's not pushing up. That's not saying we have wind at our back and we're in control and the bulls are coming, like a freight train. We are not seeing that, right? Okay, so let's take a look at that. Let me show you guys something real quick. This was this high. This was this high, right? So we have this high right here. That was this high. This is what I'm talking about. The MACD is not making a higher high with the stock market. This is much higher than this, obviously. You guys can see that. But look at where the MACD is. The MACD is way down there. All right, these are all signs and recipes for pullback or breakdown. But then again, we don't unless we see until we see exact signs, we're not going to rush to judgment. Until then, what I'm going to keep doing whenever we get to certain levels, and whatever, if the probability states, most likely we're going to take a dump for a couple of days. I'm gonna put on some risk management trades on, meaning I'm buying puts, I'm hedging and risking a couple of $100. It is what it is. If I lose it, I have no problem. If you remember correctly, yesterday I said, hey, I did not feel comfortable with this close, so I put in some puts, some S&P puts. So what I do again when I woke up, I see this thing is gapping up. As soon as I woke up, it was there. I put a tight stop loss on it. As it tried to squeeze up, stop me out. I'm out. But guess what? I had a great day because everything else that I had was actually moving up. So that's the way. That's the way you do that. Okay. Um, best thing I remember yesterday, I told you guys this was the hope. This was the hope that we had. And the hope that we had was the cues. And that's literally what pushed us up. You guys see the difference? SPY went up like 2.6, 2.76 points. The Qs, the Nasdaq, the tech, the big tech went up 5.7. That's what kept us up because everywhere else in the S&P 500 was taking a dump, and tech has been suffering. As you guys can see, the S&P is making an all-time high. Tech has not reached all-time high. We have a few points to go. We're not at all-time high yet. All right. And the good thing about tech right as of right now, it's showing that hey, you know what, we have room here. So this is why I'm saying, like, hey guys, there's room for us to win, right? Because tech is coming in strong. I mean, look at this MACD. Look how beautiful that is right now. We have a complete course pointing straight up. Slight increase in volume, not crazy volume, but a slight increase. So we all can see that. All right, so that's the daily. Let's see what the 4 hours is telling us. Oh my God, this is beautiful. This is a beauty. The 4 hours is telling us we are moving on up. We are moving on up, man. That's a beautiful thing to see. So remember when I was talking yesterday, guys, I was telling you guys this is our neckline. Well, right as of right now, we have on well, that's on the daily. I mean, that's on the 4 hours, not the daily. We have broken the neckline, and we've also have continuation, which is absolutely phenomenal to see. And again, the 4 hours, you can see what that MACD looks like. This is what I want to see. See, these are these highs. This is this high, and this is this high, and you can see the MACD here making a new high and pushing up. All right, MACD pushing up. If I go in the 2 hours, okay, 2 hours still pushing up. MACD is whew, MACD is positive and pushing up again. It's the same move, and all we can see is blue sky right now. 30 minutes. Is there any cause for concern? Oh my gosh, look at that. This is after hours, right? This was our resistance level. This is after hours, and we squeezed up after hours. I haven't seen exactly which stock is giving us this move, but we are squeezing up. And again, this is what's key for me. This is what I like to see. We are having, let me push that up. We have bullish divergence. We have bullish divergence in the MACD. So the MACD is making the stock is making a new high. The MACD is making a new high. That signifies we have we have momentum. All right, we have momentum, and that is great. So once again, the Q's looking good. But the only thing again, guys, make sure you pay attention. You gotta pay attention to what the Fed is going to do. So we should have the announcement supposed to come out around 1 p.m. and I believe the Fed talks around 2:30 ish. That's when they have their speech, they make their speech and things like that. So you know the market is going to be moving. If you are not in front of your computer, I highly encourage that you either put stop losses or trailing stops. That's if I'm not going to be in front of my computer, this is what I'm going to do. Stop losses and trailing stops. You have to do things like that because the market is going to move. It's impossible for us to have FOMC meeting and then not have the market move. The market is going to move. All right. So how we respond to that? It's completely up to us. And by the way, once again, guys, I know I keep saying that because I really need that. By the way, guys, if you are here, make sure to like and subscribe and comment in this video, because that really helps push it out in the algorithm, and I would really appreciate that. That would really help me push the channel up. So I really appreciate you guys. Thanks for coming in. I have to want to jump on the members meeting. Once again, I do have a free community on WhatsApp. The link is will be at the bottom of this video. It will be that video will be on YouTube for replay. So if you're watching this video and you like this video, make sure to check out my other ones. I do have a few videos, especially when it comes to trading strategies and things like that, which would be very, very good and very complementary, probably to what you're already doing, or maybe it's something new that you can learn, right? Anyway, this is a make or break a week. I feel like for the market, because of what we have in front of us, to have those tech, those big tech reporting, because big tech is our last hope right now. Because all those report earnings we've been having have not been doing well. If you guys saw UNH was down as much as 50 points today at some point. I don't know where it ended, but it was really, really terrible. The banks have been dropping, so big tech is where we pretty much have all of our hope. So, but let price confirm before you commit. All right, let price confirm before you commit. Manage risk. You can be aggressive, but be disciplined. More than anything, it's POP, guys. It's POP. It's process over profit. Make sure to follow your process. I'll see you guys in the next review. It's been fun. It's been well. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you guys tomorrow.